Apple from time to time updates their App Store review guidelines. These are the rules that they follow, usually, when they're reviewing apps. So if you have an app in the App Store, you definitely want to pay attention when these get updated. The latest update happened earlier this week, and it includes a handful of changes. Here's some of the highlights. The headline changes this time around revolve around user privacy. First, Section 5.1.2i was updated to reiterate that you can't share user data without obtaining their permission. The updated rules state that you must now receive explicit permission from users via the App Tracking Transparency APIs before you can track their activity. This means if you track users across apps and devices, you're now going to be required to get their permission before you can do that. Most apps we work on don't actually track users in this way, but if you include things like the Facebook or Google SDK or some sort of advertising platform in your app, you're going to want to talk with your development team to make sure you're compliant with these changes. Another big change that happened earlier this year was the requirement of apps to disclose how they handle private information. Section 2.3 of the guidelines was updated to clarify that metadata that you submit along with your app must accurately reflect the app's core experience. This means that when you submit an update, your screenshots, description, privacy information, and previews need to be up to date with any changes that you made. A relatively minor yet significant change to our customers occurred in Section 3.1, which talks about payments. Rule 3.1.3d was updated to change the terminology of person-to-person experiences to person-to-person services. If your app facilitates a service where one person is helping one other person, such as trading on-call shifts or connecting an attorney with someone who's being pulled over by law enforcement, you don't need to use in-app purchases to facilitate this payment. You can use other services like Stripe or PayPal to collect that money instead. Another money-related rule change occurred in Section 3.1.1, which talks about in-app purchases. If you offer gift cards, certificates, vouchers, or coupons which can be redeemed for digital goods or services, you must use the in-app purchase system to do so. This is likely added to target apps who sell codes outside of the App Store and allow them to be redeemed inside the app. Apple wants their 30% cut, so they're closing that back door for developers. These rules go into effect in early spring 2021, so if you're not currently in compliance, you'd better get going. For a complete list of rule changes, head to the link below to see what's been changed, and if you want help interpreting how these changes might impact your apps, feel free to reach out to us at the Jed Mahonis Group. You can find us at jmg.mn.